at one of the most beautiful and unique buildings in all of Toronto, the Royal Ontario Museum. Maria, can you tell us a little bit about the history of this place?
Sure. Founded in 1914, the Royal Ontario Museum showcases art, culture, and nature from around the world and across the ages. It is among the top 10 institutions in North America and the largest and most comprehensive museum in Canada. We have world-renowned collections of more than 13 million cultural objects, artworks, and natural history specimens.
There is so much to do and see here, but before even entering the building, the shape of the ROM is breathtaking. It's unique. Why did the ROM decide to settle on that shape?
So the Michael Leachin crystal was designed by Berlin-based architect Daniel Libeskind, and he famously sketched his idea for the ROM at lunch one day after being inspired by our mineral and gem collection, and it became lovingly known as a crystal because of its crystalline shape.
Okay, I've always walked by thinking it is so beautiful, and just seeing it on its own is an exhibit in itself. Maria, let's talk about some amazing exhibitions coming up in 2023. There are some on right now and there are some that are upcoming. Tell us about those.
So we have such an incredible and diverse lineup of exhibitions. So currently on right now, we have an exhibition called Kent Monkman Being Legendary that is on until April 16. And it features work created by Cree artist Kent Monkman. And it really presents how deeply embedded Indigenous knowledge is in these lands known as Canada. Wildlife Photographer of the Year is on until April 23rd, and it celebrates the longest running and most prestigious annual photography competition in the world. The photographs are so stunning and beautiful and powerful. And we have Canadian Modern, which is an exhibition on until July 30th, and it really showcases Canada's place in the world of modern design and craft. So visitors can experience fashion and jewelry and furniture and ceramics and so much more.
That's amazing. I can't wait to go walk through those exhibitions today because they're here now. What about some of the ones coming up in the future?
So on March the 11th, I'm really excited to announce that we have T-Rex, the ultimate predator. And new research and science is really going to bring the world's most popular dinosaur to life. It's going to be interactive, immersive, and a lot of fun for families. On July 1st, we open Being and Belonging, a really bold exhibition that explores some of the important issues of our time from the perspective of 25 female contemporary artists who are connected to or from the Islamic world. And this is just going to break down a lot of stereotypes. Super exciting. Then on October 28th, we launched Death, Life's Greatest Mystery. And it's a provocative exhibition that explores cultural and natural responses to life and death. It asks the big question that is universal to all humans and life on Earth today. So I'm super excited about this lineup, and I can't wait for visitors to come and experience it with us.
There is just so much to do here, more than you can just do in one day. If you want to check out the ROM, go to rom.on.ca. We are now here at the WILNER MADGE Gallery, Dawn of Life. Kieran, tell us a little bit about this space here.
What I love about this gallery is it's a permanent space on some fossils that are like so tiny and small, okay? But they show us where life came from, like the very beginning. It's so colorful, everything is here, and it leads us on the story through the very beginning of time.
I love that. I think it's so important that people are learning through storytelling, which is exactly what we're going to be doing today. But this gallery is not just educational, it's also interactive, meaning you can actually touch and feel some of the artifacts here. Tell us about that.
Come with me. This right here is like a real life object, okay? This is rock that comes from the beginning of life, from the beginning of our planet as we started to figure out, you know what, there could be life here. And this is something that anyone can touch, anyone can experience. And that's so great for children because we love that hands-on experiential learning, but it's not just for kids, it's for everyone. And that's what we're looking for in a learning experience, learning for everyone.
And I think the important thing is when you walk through a gallery and museum, they're behind glass. So having this opportunity to actually touch and feel things is so important.
Yeah.
It's such an important part of the learning experience. And like you said, this is great for kids. You cater to the kids here by hosting something called the Saturday Club. Can you go into detail about that?
Imagine, like, this is your classroom. This is where you learn. Your teacher is going to take you to a spot, sit you down underneath a dinosaur and teach you about dinosaurs. And that's what's so important and powerful about Saturday Club and all of ROM Kids programming is we're connecting you with the collections and the research that's actually being done at the museum, and then we're making it familiar to you. And while it has like a school-like nature to it where you have a teacher, it's not school. You're not getting any marks. You can learn how you learn best, and we're gonna help facilitate that.
That sounds like such an awesome program. You're so animated and awesome for the kids. I want to experience that. What's the next thing you want to show me in the gallery?
We have something that we need to
Let's go.
go find. This is Dunkleosteus.
Dunkleosteus.
It's a big, giant, bony fish that we made. And again, it's that interactiveness. And what I like to do with my kids, especially my littles, is I like to crawl through it. Would you like to join me?
Obviously, let's be a kid again. Okay. Whoa. This is massive.
And it's like being inside of this giant fish.
Ah. Whoa, I think the coolest thing about that is you actually get to experience the actual gravity of how big this is. This is a massive fish.
It's massive, it's giant, and when we think about early life, we think of like such small creatures, but eventually they did start to get, more animated, more engaged, and larger. And so I love to bring my littles right through here, make them be a part of history. It's really important to know that you can grow up at your local museum.
Yeah, and that's something that I want to encourage people to come to and bring their kids and family to. So Saturday Camp is awesome, and there is way too much here at the ROM to do than in just one day.
Yeah.
But you have programs that happen over major school holidays like March break. Tell us what you do for those families.
Oh, we do gallery activities, we bring out our experts, and what's really fun about March break is the curatorial team, the technicians, the curators, the experts. They come out and they populate the gallery and they talk about what they do. And I think what's so important to recognize about the ROM is that here, not only do we put on these fantastic displays and galleries and exhibits, but we also do the science. And we have labs, and so they come out and chat. And then there's activities for experiential learning, so like performances. We really animate the space.
Not everybody learns in the same way, so having the opportunity to have a different type of learning style is really important. Well, because we're here today, because of living locals in this space, I want to go around and learn a little bit more about this gallery. So let's hit up some of the most popular spots here and do some learning. Da 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 da. Do you know why these guys went extinct? Because of something like this. This is a piece of an actual meteorite handed to me by a museum volunteer. It's very heavy. Talk about hands-on. Whoa, instead of pigeons flying around, imagine those things grabbing your fries. Just a tiny little head. Oh, so weird. I'm sure if it had skin on it, it would be way more terrifying, but it doesn't have a big brain. Rock that dress. This would have been great during COVID social distancing because it's a pod for computer work. So you would hide in your pod and close it and you would have very focused work time. There's only so much of this beautiful museum that we could fit into a 10-minute TV segment. So if you want to see the rest of what the Royal Ontario Museum has to offer, head to rom.on.ca.